In July 2021, I flew from Phoenix to Newark, New Jersey on JetBlue. I booked my flight in the spring, and at that time, the flight was an early afternoon flight, non-stop. About a month later, I got a notice that the non-stop day flight had been canceled. JetBlue gave me the option of taking a non-stop all-nighter or a day flight connecting in Boston. I chose a day flight with a connection in Boston. I'm not that great on all-nighters anymore. This retweaking of schedules in the summer of 2021 wasn't unusual. I had it happen also on United and American. After the pandemic, airlines were trying to restructure and get back on their feet. It was almost like rebuilding an airline from scratch. Planes were taken out of mothballs, crews were being recalled, and schedules had to be reworked. It wasn't unusual that there were some retweaking and cancellations of flights. My problem was that I couldn't check in online the night before. It told me I had to do airport check-in. Trying to get JetBlue on the telephone was impossible. The message just keeps saying, all lines are busy, please call back. My plan was to go to the Phoenix airport extra early, check in early, and have breakfast at the airport and do a little plane spotting. The problem was JetBlue doesn't open their ticket counter until 2 hours before flight times. The problem is, in Terminal 3 where JetBlue is, all restaurants are on the other side of security. It's impossible to get something to eat in the airport ticketing lobby area. So I just had to wait, hungry, until JetBlue opened their ticket counter 2 hours prior to flight time. As it turned out, my problem with check-in was that when the flight was a non-stop flight, I had paid the extra for a more space seat. But when the new flight rerouted through Boston, the more space seat didn't transfer, and I had to pay extra again for a more space seat. Rather than arguing with the ticket agent about it, I just decided to take it up later online with JetBlue. Much to my surprise, when I got to the other side of security, most of the eating establishments there were closed. There were only 2 eating establishments opened in my gate area, a Shake Shack and a bread place. All other restaurants had been closed. The 2 restaurants that were open were doing a brisk business, long line. Even the Starbucks was closed. I was really curious to why so many restaurants were closed in the Phoenix airport. I asked around to several of the agents and the people who were working at the restaurants that were open. I was told 2 different stories. One, that during Phoenix in the summer, most restaurants closed down. That seemed odd to me as there seemed to be quite a few people still in the airport. The other answer I got was that after the pandemic, it was hard to find restaurant employees. This probably seemed more feasible to me, but it really was surprising that the place looked like a ghost town, and there still were a lot of flights operating. There also was no priority pass lounge in the Phoenix airport. That seemed weird too. I did get a bite to eat at Shake Shack, and I was happy with a full stomach. Shake Shack's a pretty good place. Now that I finally had food in my stomach, I had time to sit around the Phoenix airport and plane spot. Don't feel sorry for me. Plane spotting is one of my favorite activities at the airport. Do you remember when I told you my options were to take the non-stop all-nighter or connecting through Boston? Well, this is the flight I would have taken, the non-stop all-nighter. It was 5 hours late the night before. It was still up on the board. I think I would have probably gone crazy waiting 5 hours at the Phoenix airport with no lounge and no eating establishments. And here comes my plane. A JetBlue Airbus 321 will take me nonstop from Phoenix to Boston. This Airbus 321 was delivered to JetBlue in March 2015, making it about 6 years old. Pretty new for an airplane.
Winterland, tell me all your secrets. Fill me in on your wildest moments. Colored trees, your yellow leaves move me. Dancing moves, your painted red shakes the room. When I get there, I'll let my feet roam. When I get there, I'll break in your arms, I'll lose control. When I get there, I'll know the answer. Let me know when I get closer.
I really felt sorry for these guys being out on the ramp. The temperature in Phoenix in July right now is 112 degrees. Cool name on this bird. Mi casa is Blue Casa. And soon it was time to board. We had a full flight today and it ran on time. I want to add here that I think JetBlue for domestic travel and coach is absolutely the best product in the United States. Actually, for Transcon on their Mint service, they rank stellar too. I can't wait for their London service, which is starting later this year.
No, I'm going down to oops, sorry. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, 5C.
It seems a little dark in the cabin because all the window shades are closed. Airlines do this in Phoenix to keep the cabin cool. The cabin was spotless for this plane just coming in from Boston. The biggest perk on JetBlue is that they offer free Wi-Fi, and their Wi-Fi seems to work really, really well. This alone is one of the reasons why I like to fly JetBlue. I had an even more space seat, which I always think is a good deal on JetBlue. The legroom is very spacious, and also you get first to board. The JetBlue Airbus 321s have two seat configurations. One of them is a divided cabin with Mint service up front. The other is an all-coach service. This is an all-coach Airbus 321. On JetBlue, all Airbus 321s and 320s are equipped with video screens in the back of each seat. It's a tad odd the way JetBlue does their meal service. They come in separate carts. The first cart is the buy-on-board meal service. This is the upgraded snacks that you can buy. When that's done, the drink cart comes around. Thirdly, the free snacks come around. I bought the upgraded cheese tray just to try it out. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was a cheese and cracker tray. Actually, you can buy the same thing at airport shops for much less money. My one beef is that JetBlue doesn't do individual bottles of water. They pour from a large bottle. The cup of water that you get on JetBlue is pretty small. I go through a lot of water on planes, and I down this glass pretty quick. Of course, you can have as much water as you want. That means bothering the flight attendants all the time. Here are the free snacks JetBlue hands out. You can have as much as you want. It's very generous. And look, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And my obligatory nod to Josh Cahill bathroom tour. Pretty standard Airbus 321 restroom. Slightly dirty, but okay. It's a full flight today, but everybody seems to be happy with their free snacks and watching the telly. JetBlue wins high marks for their in-flight entertainment and free Wi-Fi. Besides free Wi-Fi, free entertainment, and free snacks, I have to add that the JetBlue crews always are one of the best crews in the skies. Always friendly, always helpful. This flight was no exception. The crew on today's flight was excellent. Time seems to fly by on JetBlue, and in no time at all, we were landing in Boston. Boston is a major hub for JetBlue. On this Saturday night, flights were heading out everywhere. One of the unique relationships JetBlue have is with Cape Air. Cape Air is a small American airline that headquarters out of Boston. They fly to Cape Cod, Nantucket, and Martha's Vineyard. In the summer, it's very popular. What you do is you fly into Boston, then you connect to your Cape Air flight to one of the islands or to Cape Cod. Cape Air has gate space in the JetBlue terminal in Boston. It's really convenient to connect onto them. I love Cape Air. They fly Cessna's 402. On a clear day, a flight on Cape Air is like a sightseeing tour of the Boston Harbor, the islands, and Cape Cod. If you can, try to get the seat next to the pilot. There's no better seat on any airplane anywhere. Let's just spend a few minutes with Cape Air in Boston. And in no time at all, it's time to board my short flight down to Newark, New Jersey. The quick hop down to Newark is less than a 50-minute flight. Sadly, JetBlue will be retiring all their E190s in the near future. They're replacing them with the new modern Airbus 220s. This will make JetBlue an all-Airbus fleet. Today's aircraft is I'm a Blue Believer, tail number N374JB. Actually, it's one of JetBlue's newer E190s, taken delivery in 2013, making this aircraft only 8 years old. When JetBlue announces its final retirement flight for the Embraer 190s, I would like to be on them. It's a great aircraft and it served JetBlue well. As of now, JetBlue sells plenty E190s flying along their route system. But my advice is fly them now. They won't be around for long. And in no time, it was time to leave Boston and fly down to Newark.
Hello. How are
And
you
once
doing?
again, a stellar JetBlue
Good,
flight
thank you.
crew. Here we are on the Embraer 190 in our Morris space seat. Today I'm in a bulkhead seat. Once again, plenty of legroom on JetBlue. Bye-bye, Boston. Always a great visit. Even if it was way too short. Once again, free Wi-Fi and free video. Yep, even on a 50-minute flight, JetBlue gives you free snacks, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and a beverage. And soon we're landing in Newark Airport with great views of New York City. A late summer night, 2021, in Newark, New Jersey. And this is the new Terminal 1 that's under construction. Hopefully it'll be open next year. Terminal A will be demolished, and this will be the new home of JetBlue in Newark, New Jersey. Please see my other video on Newark Airport. I did a comprehensive review of the airport and of the new terminal with some architectural renderings of what the new terminal is going to look like. It's a much needed renovation at Newark Airport. But tonight we're still at the old Terminal A at Newark Airport. JetBlue does seem to be growing a little bit at Newark Airport, adding flights to the Caribbean and even to the West Coast.
Kind of spread out where they park a lot of the JetBlue flights here at night, so the ground operations crew is a little spread out. When they got us parked and everything, we're just waiting on a gate agent to come drive the jet bridge up to the aircraft, and then we'll be able to get you off the airplane. Welcome to Newark. We appreciate your patience.
Thanks a lot for joining me on JetBlue. These videos sure are fun to make. Please follow me on Instagram at Mr. Around the Globe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please like this video. As I always say, bis bald. See you soon.